Namaskar, this is Seshadri, your labor law advisor, corporate trainer, past IC member. I am very happy to meet you all through this video, HR statutory compliance for the month of December 2025. It was very great pleasure for me for your warm welcome as well as support. In this juncture, I want to highlight new labor codes. All the four codes are notified by the central government, and we have started many workshops. I hope you all also, many people participated in our workshop. Otherwise also you started learning this new labor codes. It is very essential to understand the codes, the impact as well as the changes, because it is going to impact the way of working also. So slowly we will understand the rules when the state governments are notifying. We will have further sessions also on that. In this, with this note, we will start the HR statutory complaints for the month of December 2025. As usual, same topics are covered here. The first topic, we are going to see the two quiz questions as well as training, compliances, judgments, and important circulars also we are going to see. The first part, quiz question. First question, yes, about labor codes only. Gratuity. We were hearing gratuity, the eligibility criteria of 5 years have been reduced. 1 year also we have to pay gratuity. About this, your options. Yes, it is applicable to all employees. Yes, it has been reduced. Eligibility criteria 1 year. What? No, it is a fake news. Option C. Eligibility criteria has been relaxed for only fixed term employees who completes 1 year. D. No. It is applicable to contract employees, not for the others. Like that, 4 options. You select the which one is the correct option, which two we can say, as well as we will see the answers at the end of this video. And second question for quiz, EL eligibility. Earlier, what is the eligibility? Now, after labor codes, what are the eligibility? Any changes are there? No eligibility criteria after labor code. No, 240 days. Option B is 240 days for leave eligibility. No, 200 days is the eligibility for criteria. No, 180 days is the eligibility. Which one is the correct eligibility criteria under new labor codes? We'll understand that also at the end of this video. We'll enter into the HR compliance part. This month, what are all the HR compliances? Number one, PF. Yes, in PF, usual compliances for the month of December, we have to do compliance on or before 15th December for the wage month November 2025, as well as if you are having international worker in your organization, for that also international workers returns we need to file on or before 15th December. In addition to that, important alert in PF is you check your portal, all the active members only in your portal, because any exited, that is inactive employees, if you are keeping in your EPF portal from January, you cannot file your EPF. So you have to ensure all the exited employees, whoever left your organization, make date of exit in portal also. Date of leaving, you must mention, update in the record, and then active live employees only you should keep in EPF portal. That is major thing you have to complete on or before 31st December itself. Second, ESI. In ESI also usual compliance on or before 15th December for the wage month November, you have to create a challan and pay your ESI contributions. Next is national and festival holidays. Usually government will sanction you along with national holidays, festival holidays also. Festival holidays, when it is falling the dates, we have to submit to the authority year on or before 31st December 2025 for this year. For 2026, what are all the festival holidays, what are all the days that we have to submit. In addition to that, professional tax, ensure some of the states are having professional tax period in December, you have to pay December before the due date. While submitting the form 5, that is national and festival holidays, in case if you are submitting to the DISH, that is a factory inspectorate, you will be seeing in login national festival holidays one option. In that option, if you click, if you are already uploaded this form 3, it will be displaying. Otherwise, you have to upload. That means again you have to, whatever in form 3 days are there, those days you have to enter and submit. After approval, you can submit your form 5. That is online itself, you can submit. In case of shop and establishment, it is very simple. You log in and click the national festival holidays, and then form 5 will be, you have to click next form 5. While you click the form 5 like this, your form 3 approvals will be displayed. There you click the apply button. When you click the apply button, all the details for 2026 it will be displayed. So you have to ensure only your all the national days will be, national holidays will be displayed. Only for festival holidays will be displayed. You have to enter the date. Only you have to enter which date. Pongal, what is the date? Tamil New Year's, what is the date? With this, you can submit. That's all. You need not to go directly. In case Dish portal, if you are not able to perform, go submit form 5 directly, and in the process, you update here in portal also form 3. Important judgments. Let us understand what are all the few important judgments. Gratuity forfeiture. It is mentioned in the section 4 of the Gratuity Act. Forfeiture, when it is possible, when the employee is damaged any of your company's, anything damage he has caused to the organization, that time the exact amount, what is the cost of damage he has made, that amount can be recovered in the gratuity. That is the act. Calcutta High Court has given a landmark judgment. We can say, when the employee, there is a bank employee, he was working, he has made loss to the organization. That is, he has made around 30 plus lakhs damage because of negligence in work. He has made the loss to the bank. The bank now, it is they want to recover that in his gratuity. Calcutta High Court said, yes, it is correct. You can recover because he has made loss to the organization. Orissa High Court, in the same gratuity forfeiture, one employee has took the loan. He has taken the loan. He has not repaid yet. He is getting retired. Whether the loan amount can be recovered in as a forfeiture of gratuity? No, that's what Orissa High Court said. He has not made any damage. Loan taking is personal. It is not a official, or it is not a damage to the organization. So there's those loan due, you cannot recover from gratuity. Chhattisgarh High Court has given Factories Act one good judgment. In factory, safety provisions are, it is a mandatory for the employer. Employer has to provide all the safety provisions. When the safety provisions are not provided, any accident happens, then he is liable. That occupier is the liable. In this case, he has made all the safety provision and something missing is there. That time he asked the employee to take care there, you watch that anything conveyor moving or not, that he has to report. But his negligence, he has not seen that, and he met with an accident, he died. Now, who is responsible? The court clearly said that he knows all the provisions are there. When he has assigned to see that whatever the thing he has not seen because of negligence, then occupier is not responsible. That's what Chhattisgarh High Court's judgment on this. Next, Bombay High Court has given one good judgment on ESI. In ESI, section 45A, section 1 clearly says, any recoveries, anything, if the ESI corporation is asking, it should be within 5 years. If they are asking for more years, that is earlier years, it is not correct. That is the judgment given by Bombay High Court. Supreme Court has given one good judgment on employee compensation. Employee compensation, who are all dependent. That has been very clearly said in that act, section 2 of D. And then minor brother or dependent, yes. And then unmarried sister, that is also very good. Another point, widowed sister if a minor. How it is possible? Because Hindu Marriage Act 1955 clearly says 18 years, female should be 18 years while getting married. So she cannot become a minor widow as well as minor, it will not happen. That's what Supreme Court has pointed out and asked the government to correct. Even in this code also, it's same thing as there. Hopefully it will be corrected. Madras High Court has given good judgment on PF. Establishment defense, that is PF, while challenging that 7A they have initiated. While 7A, what is 7A? Under 7A, anything due is there, that should be paid to the EPFO along with interest and damage. Organization is said, I am not able to identify the person. Who is that person? I am not able to identify. How can I pay? The purpose is to get from the employer and pay to the individual. When the individual itself I am not able to identify, how can it will be recovered? So it is not able to, we cannot recover, you should not recover. That is the Madras High Court's judgment given on this part. Next, we will see the important circulars received last month, that is November 2025. Andhra Pradesh factories rules, there is a little change on safety officer appointment. When they are going to appoint major accident hazard, their experience in that major accident hazard, it is essential. That's what AP's factories rules now dictates. ESI, in addition to the code on social security, in code on social security, there is a mention of addition of some of the definitions. In that, dependent definition includes grandparent. So anything death benefit comes, grandparent, when the parents are not there, that time grandparents also can claim. That is the dependent one addition. As well as in family, in case of female employee, father-in-law and mother-in-law also added, so that they will get the medical benefits. With this new amendment, with the new code, it has come in the ESI. New labor codes, everyone knows that has been notified. That is the fire all over the India, as well as international organizations also saying very good. That is implemented on 21st November 2025. Please make first you understand, present it to your management, financial impacts, how you are going, your policies you are going to change. In that angle you see, because few policies you have to amend, as well as the financial outflows you have to calculate and present it to the management, as well as educate your employees. In case of union also you have to educate. Next, if you see Haryana, they have given the ordinance under Shop and Establishment Act. In that act, minimum 20 or more workers are there. That time only this Shop and Establishment Act is applicable. As well as working hour has increased from 9 hours to 10 hours, and overtime earlier it was 50 hours quarter, it has increased to 156 hours per quarter. It has been increased in this ordinance. As well as appointment letter, not only appointment letter, along with photograph of the employee in that appointment letter, it has become the mandatory in Haryana. As well as ID card also mandatorily they have to issue in the prescribed format. These are all the new things in Shop and Establishment Act. It is the first time we are hearing. As well as these clauses are included in new labor codes. Anyway, Shop and Establishment also has to adopt labor codes only. Aadhaar relaxation, northeast regions, they were relaxed for Aadhaar authentication in PF because of many other reasons. It was extended. Finally, now it has put the full stop. No more extension. You have to comply with the Aadhaar. CPI points for October, we have received 2 points increased from 345 to 347. What are all the trainings? Yes, it is very, very important. The need of the hour is new labor codes. Understand the changes and impact. This is the only training. Yes, it is the need of the hour. We are also already conducted many sessions, and then we are further sessions we are going to have at Vellore on 8th, Tirupur on 9th, Chennai on 10th, Bengaluru on 12th, Pondicherry on 14th. If you are there, you can also join. Any further details, you can contact Mr. Dinesh 97909 21284. Quiz, we are come to the end. We will understand the quiz. What are all the answers? The question for the first question, gratuity eligibility. It is a fake news. If it is eligible for everyone, the eligibility criteria of 5 years removed, this is fake news. What is the truth? Truth is the eligibility criteria for fixed term employee, it is a 1 year. Only for fixed term employee, if he completes minimum 1 year, he is eligible for gratuity. All other category, it continues. EL eligibility under new labor codes, earlier it was Factories Act says 240 days if any employee works, he is eligible for EL. Now it has reduced to 180 days. If the employee works for 180 days, he is eligible for EL. That is the changes. Hope it has it would have been helpful to you. If you are liking this video, please share and share all our HR fraternity. We will get back with another new video with more information. Thank you for watching.